What's up, YouTube? This is William from WandJwrestling, and this is Predict a Match for SummerSlam. Um, I want to start off by saying I really like this poster. I think it's really cool. Brock Lesnar sitting there like screaming, and what was funny to me was leading up into SummerSlam. They were still going into like the 1000th episode of Raw to find out if not Triple H, if Brock Lesnar was going to accept Triple H's challenge, but this was already the poster for SummerSlam, so it's like there's no way he was going to say no. So I just thought that was kind of funny. But let's go ahead and get into it. I'm excited about the pre-show match just because I think Santino is going to lose his belt. The pre-show match is going to be Santino versus Antonio Cesaro for the United States Championship. And we kind of saw the build-up for this about 3 weeks ago, starting on SmackDown. Because for 2 weeks straight, Antonio beat Santino, therefore making him the #1 contender. Because, WWE doesn't actually have an official way to do it anymore. Apparently, it's just if you beat him, you get to be the new #1 contender. But anywho, the way I'm thinking this match is going to go is that Antonio will win the United States Championship just because Night of Champions is the next pay-per-view, and every title has to be on the line. So the way I see it is Antonio's going to win it, and Santino's going to look to use his rematch clause at Night of Champions because the story's already there. They don't have to create anything new. Now, if they wanted to, Santino could try and use his rematch clause early, and then if they wanted to insert someone else into the match, they could. But I just see Antonio walking out with the United States title from the pre-show. Moving on to the next one. I'm excited for this match. I am a big Primetime Players fan, and I'm ready to see the tag titles change hands and go on to Kofi and Truth. Leave Kofi and Truth and go on to the Primetime Players. They are definitely an excellent tag team. They work great together. It's sad that they don't have AW right now. From what I've read, the official reason that he was released was due to him publicly supporting Linda McMahon. Because apparently WWE employees are not supposed to do that because they don't want people to think that they're biased to a political candidate. And he made a Twitter announcement that says he fully supports Linda McMahon and you should too. And so yeah, WWE, that's the reason they actually fired him, which is really dumb. And WWE tries to play it off as an excuse, that AW made bad misjudgments on several occasions and such. Well, then why not take the microphone away from him? Why fire him? So very poor judgment on WWE's end. But anyway, as for this match, I think it's going to be an exciting match. I really see the Primetime Players walking out with the tag titles just because, like I said, Night of Champions, next pay-per-view. So I expect this title to change hands because the story's already there. The build-up for these two, to just go against each other again and then just have them retain again. It's, and even if they wanted to add Primo and Epico to the mix, they could. There's just, a lot they can do with it. Moving on. The Miz versus Rey Mysterio for the Intercontinental Championship. This match was decided on Raw because the previous week on SmackDown, Rey had beat Miz. And apparently, like I said, this is the new way WWE makes #1 contenders if you beat them in a regular match on SmackDown. I do not see Rey winning the belt for Miz. I see Miz potentially doing something dirty, if necessary, to retain his belt, and that leading to them having a rematch at Night of Champions. Now, yes, there is the potential that Rey could take the IC belt, and then at Night of Champions, Miz wanted to use his rematch clause. But I think I just see Miz retaining, and then just doing something dirty, attacking Rey somehow, and leading to them having a rematch come Night of Champions. Next up is Daniel Bryan versus Kane. This was a match made by AJ. I guess they're still trying to play the whole AJ has a crush on Kane and such things. I don't really know. I guess, I mean, the real reason WWE just they wanted Bryan in a match for the pay-per-view because he's so popular right now. And so they just kind of threw him in there with Kane. And it'll make for a decent match. Kane's a good performer, and so is Bryan's an excellent performer. So this should make for a very interesting, good match. Without a distraction, I think Daniel will win. But if there was to be some sort of distraction during the match, like AJ coming out or anything like that, or someone else, then I see Kane winning. So Bryan without a distraction, Kane with a distraction. So we'll see what happens. This is going to be an excellent match without a doubt. Dolph Ziggler versus Chris Jericho. I feel that Ziggler is going to win just because they're pushing the whole Jericho can't win the big one no more. So Jericho's about to depart after SummerSlam for his tour with Fozzy. So what they're probably going to do is that Ziggler beat Jericho, and Jericho just now feels like, he can't, he's not good enough anymore or something like that, and he just leaves and, says his goodbyes. And then maybe somewhere along the line, Dolph Ziggler's the champion later on. Jericho's done with his tour and he wants to come back, and they could, come back and show that he did have it in him to win the big one and beat Ziggler. And also, I just see it as Ziggler walking with the victory and Jericho making him look very good. Because I'm sure at some point soon he's going to cash in that Money in the Bank to become World Heavyweight Champion. So yeah, next up, this match has been reinstated, which the whole storyline too was kind of pointless. I don't see why they canceled it and then reinstated if it was going to be the same match. But yeah, Sheamus versus Alberto Del Rio. Like I said, this is a very lackluster feud. There's not too much to it. They're both good in-ring performers. They'll put on a solid match, but it's not going to be anything spectacular or memorable. But it'll be a decent match. Sheamus is without a doubt going to retain. There's no reason to give it to Del Rio now. They just need to go on to Night of Champions with a new opponent for Sheamus. So yeah, Sheamus retaining. CM Punk versus Big Show versus John Cena for the WWE Championship. I don't see Big Show walking away at all. I know they've been trying to make Show look good the past couple weeks on Raw, like he's dominant, but that's just because he's not going to win it. Now it comes down to Cena and Punk. Now, after what happened this past week on Raw, I'm really leaning more towards Punk retaining over Cena winning. Because right now, Punk is in that in-between phase where he's, heel and face. So don't really know exactly where he's going with his character. I mean, we know he's heading towards that heel, but he's still in that face, that in-betweener. So we're just going to wait to see how that unfolds. But I just feel like maybe Punk is going to do something, he's going to take advantage of the moment where, like Big Show hits Cena or Cena gets Show, and he's just going to jump in. He's going to steal that victory, Or, he might take advantage of some situation. He may even cheat and do something he'll like. I just feel like Punk is going to retain. I don't see either Show or Cena walking out with the belt. Plus, there's also the potential tease that the new belt will be revealed soon, sometime between SummerSlam and Night of Champions. So I'll be excited to see that. The last match of the night, which I have no doubt in my mind is going to be the last match of the night, Triple H versus Brock Lesnar. Okay, it's been reported that Shawn Michaels' broken arm that Lesnar gave him will keep him out of action for SummerSlam, so he won't be in Triple H's corner, as previously announced. So, going into this match, I think it's going to be a good match. It's going to be like two powerhouses going, against each other. They're both excellent performers, and there's also the possibility that Shawn Michaels might come back and take it out on Triple H and cost him the match, or he might come attack Lesnar. Don't know. But I think that Lesnar's going to win the match. I just see him as taking, the victory and the momentum going forward to whatever matches he has coming up, potentially at, what is that pay-per-view, WrestleMania. So yeah, we're just waiting to see what's going to happen. But yeah, I think Lesnar's going to win this match. So yeah. So YouTube, thank you for watching, and be looking out for the pay-per-view review a couple days after. Peace out, YouTube.